Back at Terra Alta, my old home in Portugal in Sintra. I'm going to take a look at the food forest today. So we're going to start with the tank because the water is what generates all the life. So we've got our key point tank here, developed by the Moorish people most likely, with a mina d'agua, a water mine. Fills the tank and then comes down into tubes. Got these willow trees above. The bees are a-buzzing today. Walk down through this food forest. You can see the green velvet carpet of the winter Mediterranean. Mainly oxalis right now with its deep taproot doing the work of building soil. A little chop and drop or just letting it grow and die. And then this begins Camino das Fadas, one of the food forests at Terra Alta. And it's a mix of deciduous trees, classic Mediterranean plants, and subtropicals that are evergreen. So you've got one here, the plum, with a nice open vase shape, down into some other plantings here. Another plum. These are some alders that we planted in 2012 that have grown to be quite the beast and feature. Invasive grass, plumas in Portuguese. We've got a cherry here, big old peach that's competing for lights with these alders. And down we've got another wild cherry, nitrogen fixer next to the boldo, Mexican mint oregano, which is a great Mediterranean herb for dry conditions. See the scrambling Eleagnus in the background, the gumi, produces nice edible fruit, great bee fodder. Here's a marmello quince with its tree crutches to give it a better shape. A lot of pruning going on right now in the food forest. The tamarillos in the background with an annona in the foreground. To sweep to a much more mature annona with more tamarillos in the background, planted in sunken beds that have filled up, now super rich. Behind the tamarillos, in the same plant family, is the pepino dulce in the solanaceae family, producing fruit, not this time of the year. Here's a drier section of the food forest behind, and this has peach and some cacti, some herbs, Mediterranean rosemary, lavender, more boldo. Super windy site, not today, so just taking care of the wind there. The native oak tree forms the canopy. And yeah, on this other side where we were before, the stream is there, which we've done a lot of restoration work on, which has helped fuel the growth of the food forest. You see avocado there, close to the stream with the papyrus in the background, which is a nice chop and drop plant now, a bit out of control. Another Eleagnus, more peach, a plum that was behind. You can see some infrastructure that's being built on the edges of the food forest. Got a Watson Wick composting toilet, a wooden house up on a platform. You see the overstory of the cork oaks. Here's a great subtropical as well, white sapote with its beautiful new growth in the winter, flowering, makes delicious fruits similar to annona but not the same plant family. You can see the mulch down below of the papyrus that I did a month ago in a return trip here. Haven't lived at Terra Alta in many years, and this is the soil building work that we've been doing over the years. You can see the fungus down in there. You can see some eggs actually of some sort of amphibian. Get some nice rich soil building on top of that clay and sand mix. Fungi popping out. Some stream work. And stand up through the white sapote down to even more plants. The Eleagnus, or excuse me, Feijoa along the edge. And some old plums that have been here. And there's Henrik, so I'm gonna shut her off and say hi.